Hi everyone, I hope all is well. This week's Parshat is Parshat Devarim, as we begin the final of the 5 books of the Torah, which is given over as through the mouth of Moshe, through the speech of Moshe, as he's recapping what's going on in the desert. So we have a very fascinating episode in the middle of this week's Parsha that recounts what happens after the Chet HaMeraglim, the sin of the spies, when they went into the land of Israel and they came back with a bad report. What happened? Well, Moshe tells us that actually the Amorites, the Amorim, come and attack the Jews. They attack the Jews, and the Jews do what the Jews do, and we cry out to Hashem, we daven to Hashem, we say, Hashem, save us, take us into the land, we're ready, let's go. And we have a very fascinating pasuk, a fascinating verse. It says, Hashem lo ha'ezin lachem. Hashem didn't listen to the Jewish people's cries, to our tefillot, to our prayers. What's going on here? Hashem's not listening to the Jewish people? So I think it's a fascinating sequence of psukim, of verses here, because immediately after the next pasuk, the next verse states that the Jews settled in this place called Kadesh, which comes from the word kadosh, holy, for an extended period of time. Why is this so significant? Well, what were the Jewish people doing in Kadesh, right? We were growing first as a nation, we were growing in our spirituality, and we were becoming more mature so that we'd be able to enter the land of Israel when the time was right. Now, why is this significant? How does it relate to Hashem lo ha'ezin lachem? Hashem didn't listen to the cries of the Jewish people after being attacked by the Amorites for Hashem to take us into the land of Israel. Well, sometimes I think it's best explained in an analogy. The Jewish people here are asking Hashem for $1 million. We're saying, Hashem, give us $1 million. It's not realistic. Maybe we don't need $1 million, but we're davening to Hashem to give us $1 million, so you should give us $1 million. No. Hashem, let's say, gave us $100,000, right? He gave us less for what we need, right? You just need $100,000, that's what I'm going to give you. So too here in this instance, we're asking Hashem, we're saying, Hashem, take us into the land of Israel. We're davening so hard, and Hashem's telling us, no, stay in this place, Kadesh, grow up as a nation, right? Get ready, and then when time comes right, then I'll take you into the land of Israel. And I think this is such an important message for us to be taking into this time of the year, where Tisha B'Av is this Tuesday, that sometimes we ask ourselves, I know personally I do this, sometimes we ask for $1 million, not literally ask for $1 million, but sometimes we try shooting for the stars, right? The famous saying, we shoot for the stars and land on the moon. But that's not necessarily true in this case. Sometimes in our minds we shoot for the stars, and Hashem gives us what we need to get there, right? And that's exactly the message that I want to give to all of us leading into the Shabbos and the bracha to everyone this week, is that we should all really be able to think about first what we ask for Hashem, and then sometimes if we ask Hashem for $1 million and get $10, maybe that's what we actually need, and 10 is better than none. So it could always be worse in this context. So I think it's just a very powerful thing to think about. And with that, I wish you all an easy fast on Tisha B'Av and a Shabbat Shalom.